Hello everyone, this is Army of Knave, and I'm bringing you a video guide for the game We Were Here. This game is a co-op first-person puzzle game where two players will play separate roles throughout the entire playthrough. The first will be the explorer, who will do most of the heavy lifting and puzzle solving. The second role is the librarian, who will be assisting in solving puzzles by translating visual information that they see that is kept away from the explorer. It's impossible to make a decent video guide while only relying on verbal instructions, so it's recommended that you occasionally look at the video, as I will display visual information for most puzzles as well as verbal description. Both roles can watch this video and get all of the information needed to complete this game easily. At all times during gameplay, I will have the relevant role displayed in the top left corner of the screen so the active player knows who's receiving directions. This will almost always be the explorer. This game will require 2 full playthroughs and a partial playthrough at minimum to complete. The game is short when you know the answers to the puzzles, so you should be able to knock this out in about an hour or less, depending on how good you are at following instructions. There are 2 achievements for solving each puzzle, one for controlling each role as the puzzle is solved, even though the librarian can be idle for most of the puzzles. There is also an achievement tied to each puzzle for completing it without ever inputting the wrong answer, and this is called a perfect play. There is also an achievement for not making a single mistake or dying throughout the entire game, aka getting a perfect play on all of the puzzles in a row. I recommend saving this for the second playthrough, as you will be more familiar with the game. Also, there is a secret achievement that will nullify a perfect play for the puzzle that it's located inside. I recommend getting the secret achievement on your first playthrough, as this video will only be of one playthrough, and I will be describing how to get the secret achievement whenever it comes up. You can be sure to grab this on the first playthrough, like I do in my video. Make sure to add the person you're playing with to your friends list before you invite them to the game, as there is an achievement tied to this as well. Whoever does not get the invite achievement can get it on any subsequent playthrough. We're starting off as the explorer. When you spawn, turn to the left and walk to the other end of the room, and then look to your left to find a desk with a walkie-talkie on top of it. You're going to need to press A to interact with this walkie-talkie. If you want to use the walkie-talkie, press the right bumper. I do recommend being in a party with the other player though, even though the game yells at you for that. Now turn around and look around the corner to your left, and you will see a wall with etchings on it, and 2 pillars with colored eyeballs. This is the first puzzle, and the 2 colors will tell you exactly which symbols to press and in what order. I will be displaying the chart on the screen now, so check the screen to figure out which 2 symbols you need to press. In my game, the left eyeball is red and the right eyeball is red, so I need to press the corresponding symbols on the chart. Solving this puzzle will open the door in the middle of the room.
When the explorer finishes with the puzzle, a door will open for the librarian to explore. Inside the room will be 12 paintings, each with its own set of 3 symbols that will help with the next puzzle.
Head through the door and you will enter a room with a painting on the opposite wall. On the left will be a bulletin board of sorts with a bunch of tiles marked with symbols. You can communicate with the librarian to describe what painting you see so that the librarian can tell you which 3 symbols go underneath the painting and in what order. But if you would rather have visual information for yourself, I will display all 12 paintings on the screen, scrolling slowly so that you can have enough time to pause whenever you see the corresponding painting. There's also going to be a timestamp in the bottom right hand corner so you can skip ahead if you have found your painting or you don't wish to use the visual elements of the video. Walk up to the bulletin board and interact with the tiles that you want by getting close enough to them so that the reticule in the middle of your screen turns into a circle, and then pressing A. Walk over to the desired slot that you want to put the tile into, and make sure the tile goes into the slot before pressing A, because otherwise you'll just drop it on the ground. When the 3 correct tiles have been placed in the correct order, the door on the other side of the room will open. Walk through the door, and on the other side of the room will be a staircase heading down and to the left. Go down the staircase and there will be a door with a color written above the door. Wake up the librarian from their nap and tell them which color you see displayed above the door. It's important to note that you need to tell the librarian which color is written out, not the color of the letters. The letters are colored differently to trick you.
The librarian needs to walk through the room with a table and go through the door near the red pipes. Quickly walk down the staircase until you reach the flooded room with 3 colored valves. You need to turn 2 valves of the colors that would combine into the color written above the explorer's door. In my recorded playthrough, the color that I needed to recreate is purple, so I turned the blue and red valves.
When the librarian successfully solves the puzzle on their end, the water that's slowly filling the room will drain, and the door in front of you will open. Go through the door, step on the pressure plate in the middle of the hallway, and then head through the second door, and you will be confronted with a lever and a gate. Pulling the white lever will open the white gate in front of you, but close the white gate further down the hallway. While standing on the other side of the gate, pull the white lever again so that you may proceed into the maze. I will be displaying the map of this labyrinth along with my location in the video represented by a yellow dot. In the first intersection, turn right and head down the hallway, and take your first right. Go down the stairs and in front of you you will see a blue lever. Pull the blue lever, turn around and head outside of the room. Turn left, walk over the compass and down the stairs. Take your first right and go up the stairs and down the hallway. When you come to an intersection, turn right and follow this hallway to the left while passing underneath the open blue gate. When you enter this room, turn right and you will see a green lever on the wall across from you. Pull the lever once and then turn around and head back down the hallway you came from, passing through the blue open gate. When you get to the intersection, turn left and go down the stairs at the end of the hallway. Turn left, walk up the stairs, and take the second right, going down the stairs and pulling the blue lever in this room again. After pulling the lever, turn around, head back up the stairs, and turn right at the intersection. Follow this hallway through the open blue gate, and you will eventually go upstairs into a new room. As you enter this room, follow along the right wall. Eventually, you will come to stairs heading down, passing underneath an open green gate. And in this room, on the opposite wall, you will see a red lever. This is where the secret achievement is obtained. Walk up to the red lever and press A on it continuously. Eventually, confetti will shoot out of the tip of the red lever, earning you this perverted secret achievement. The only person who can get the secret achievement is the explorer. When you're done with that, make sure that the lever is facing down and not up. Then turn around and leave this room, heading underneath the green gate. Follow the wall on your left to get back to the staircase. Head down this hallway, passing through the blue gate, until you get to an intersection. Whenever you come to the intersection, turn left and head down the stairs. Pull the blue lever on the other end of the room, then turn around and head back out. At the intersection, turn left, walk over the compass and down the stairs, then turn right. Head up the stairs and walk down the hallway, and when you come to the intersection, turn right. Follow this hallway through the open blue gate, and you will see a room at the bottom of some stairs. Turn right 90 degrees, and you will see a green lever on the opposite end of the wall. Walk over there and pull that lever. While facing the lever, turn 90 degrees to the left and walk towards that wall. On your right, you'll see stairs. Head up those stairs, walk through the open green gate, and take your first left. You will see an open red gate and a door at the end. The door is the exit to the maze. At this point in the video, the door will open, but do not progress outside, as this is a pretty easy place to die if you don't know what you're doing. I recommend watching ahead, because the longer it takes you to solve this next puzzle, the more obscured your vision will be, and the harder it will be to solve the puzzle. When you decide to walk out the door, quickly follow the path to the right. Walk to the generator, and you will see a small gauge. Press A to start the minigame, and then you will need to press A whenever the needle slowly moves into the green zone. You will have to do this 3 times. Look on the left side of the generator for a small crank. Interact with the crank so that you may proceed with the puzzle. On the screen, I will indicate which chess pieces to move on a provided chessboard. Face the white pieces and move the fourth pawn from the left 2 spaces forward. Now turn around and move the black pawn fifth from the left 2 spaces forward. The 2 pawns should be directly in front of each other. After that, you need to move the left bishop. This will be the piece in the back row that is third from the left. You need to move this piece 3 spaces diagonally to the right. Now turn around and move the black pawn that is second from the left 1 space forward. On the white side of the board in the back, you will see the tallest piece in the center. This is the queen. Select this piece and move it 2 spaces diagonally to the left. Now facing the black side of the board, look at the back line. You need to select the second piece from the left. Place it on the right of the black pawn that you moved previously. Now you want to move the white queen all the way across the board so that it takes a pawn. When the queen takes the pawn, the puzzle will end and the door by the generator will open. Quickly run through the door before you freeze to death. As you walk down this hallway, you will see a book at the entrance of this room. Behind it is a 5x5 tile puzzle. There should be 5 symbols written on the book in front of you. On the screen, I will display all 6 possible combinations of symbols that could be on this book, along with the solution to the tile puzzle underneath its set of symbols. Pause the video and carefully proceed through the tile puzzle, or watch as I complete my tile puzzle so that you have an example to follow. I've found my matching puzzle, so I'm going to start from the bottom left-hand corner tile, and I'm going to walk forward 3 spaces. Then I turn to the right and walk forward 2 spaces. After that, I walk down 1 space. Then I walk right 2 more spaces, and then I walk forward 2 spaces to end the puzzle. As you step off of the elevated platform, the door in front of you will open, revealing a new room with a set of cranks, a trap door, a bloodlight, and then 2 paths to either side, which are useless right now. Don't interact with anything just yet, but inform the librarian that it's finally their turn to do something again.
A door will open on the 2nd floor. Go through it, and at the end of the hallway will be a stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Head through a door on either side of the stage. Face the audience and you will see a record player on your left. Interact with it.
After the librarian has interacted with the record player, go ahead and interact with the panel of cranks to the left of the scene lever. On the screen, I've labeled each crank by both a number as well as the prop it interacts with. Whenever I tell you to turn a crank in a direction, make sure to turn it about 5 or 6 times to fully extend or retract the prop. The cursor should be on the first crank by default, so press A about 5 or 6 times to turn the first crank all the way to the left. Then press left on the D-pad to get to the 5th crank. Turn the 5th crank to the left all the way. When you're done with that, press B and then pull the scene lever that should be on the right. If it was correct, it should change from scene 1 to scene 2. While on scene 2, you want to turn the first crank all the way to the left. Then turn the 2nd crank all the way to the left. Then finally, turn the 3rd crank all the way to the left. Press B and then interact with the scene lever.
And there lived a king with his wife.
While on scene 3, you want to turn the 1st crank, 2nd crank, 3rd crank, and 5th crank all the way to the left. Again, that's every single crank besides the 4th one. When you're done, pull the lever.
All were happy.
Now we're going to want to turn the fourth crank all the way to the left, and for the only time in this puzzle, we're going to go to the second crank and turn it all the way to the right. When you're done with that, pull the scene lever.
Until the king killed all who
Now we're only going to want to turn the second lever all the way to the left. Press B. Do not pull the lever yet. Turn to the right and you will see the blood light. You want to flip the switch on the blood light before pulling the scene lever. When the blood light is flipped on, you're safe to pull the scene lever. This will open the trapdoor in front of the cranks.
The librarian's trapdoor is at the back of the stage.
In this final hallway, you and your partner will reunite for the first time. You will also notice that there is a gate with freedom on the other side. Only one of you may leave, so choose which one that's going to be. The character that's staying needs to stand on the pressure plate, while the other one walks through the gate and out into the snow. You will each get an achievement for your respective endings, and on the second playthrough, you will earn the opposite achievement. After the credits roll, start up another lobby. Only this time, the person who did not get the achievement for inviting a friend will be the one creating the lobby and inviting the other person. Going through the story again will get you the achievements for solving the puzzles as the opposite character. Keep in mind that you want to complete each puzzle without making any mistakes, unless of course you did the perfect run on your first playthrough. In that case, make sure to get the secret achievement by interacting with the red lever in the maze puzzle. After the second playthrough, you're going to have to make another lobby for the person who did not get the secret achievement on one of the two playthroughs. And that should conclude the walkthrough. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this video made the completion easy for you.